Shalom, shalom, yashalom. Another video. We're in the Day of Atonement, so videos should be going up. Heavy meditation on scriptures and watching other edifying videos from the apostles, the elders, bishops. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashmi, Shai Bashmi, Kakadash. Brakday, Shai, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, a great millstone. My takes to the brothers, teaching word for the hopeful elect. To the Israelite, contrite hearted Israelites out there, man, woman, children, blessings. Go and get right into it. Dealing with, I'm going to call this, I think, thug life in America, or the thug activity in America. There's a lot of influences, especially among our people. The biggest thug is the Edomites. I'll show you, give you look up that term, what it means. But, among our people, influence in the ghettos, the hoods, the projects, you had thug activity, thug life. You had Tupac on the highest, one of the highest known entertainers that represented that lifestyle. But of course, he had an acronym for it. I think it was the Thug Life, the hate you give little infants affect infants, fuck everybody. Fucks everybody, So he even called himself a double shining serpent, and then, he was double-minded. But, of course, he had a spirit about him, But it says, a thug is a member of a gang of murderers and robbers in India who strangled their victims from Marathi thug, cheat, swindler. So you had this lifestyle rotating in the ghetto among Jake, and I've heard too, that they used to get on trains and, rob people and end up murdering them. The thugs roamed about the country in bands from 10 to 100, usually in the disguise of peddlers and pilgrims, gaining the confidence of other travelers whom they strangled. See, traveling with a favorable opportunity when a favorable opportunity presented itself, with a handkerchief and an unwound turban or a noose cord. And that's crazy that's what Tupac represented too. The handkerchief right there on his head. Which, a lot of thug activity and gangster activity, they wore the flag. They call it a flag, or they call it a rag. Who was that? Bone Thugs and Harmony. And you could tell our people are meant to be righteous, because they kind of, they mention God in a rap. They have some acknowledgement, but they didn't. Some of them didn't know who God was. They just, had this, what they have learned in church, or just experiencing things in their life that they would know that God existed. What do you have? The Young Thug thing. You had, who was that? I'm talking about those that really represented Thuggery. And who was that? Damn, I forget his name. Trick Daddy. He represented, but he still had good songs. They still have good songs. Like he had one song that he cared about the children, and he's trying to feed his family. Tupac had that Bone Thugs and Harmony. They had that. They talked about God and Crossroads, or you got Jake going through curses like, I don't want to hurt nobody, but I got to protect myself. I got to feed my family. Tupac had that line, what else could I do? I had to feed my effing family. So, but going back to Thug, now they didn't. It might been the same with these Indian people. It doesn't. I don't think it expresses that you know, that they had no choice. Like they were hungry and they was, they don't have. These nations are not under the curses like Jake. Is my point. Another word for thug is swindler, deceiver, cunning, sly, fraudulent, conceals. Now, um, and the other term thug, yeah. So, and one thing about I have to mention, about Cali, and we don't like when we say we from different states, and you hear like even with GMS when you hear GMS, um, LA GMS, Boston GMS, New York GMS, Chicago. That don't mean we represent the state, as far as the things that happen in the state, and we don't get into the voting thing. We don't partake of, about building communities in these states. It's just the our designation is where we are. Describe where we are. So but even mentioning that with Kali, the goddess, Kali is an Indian goddess that you know, and it's these deities that our people get this stuff from, the heathen, and the main enemy, the so-called white man. And like I said, a lot of those palm trees, if you look it up, that make California beautiful. One of the key things that make California beautiful, as well as the beaches and the sunny weather, and is those palm trees, and they came from India. And the one of the biggest deceitful staples in California is Hollywood. So, and that's all across the world. But you got some states more influential than others when it comes to like New York, and California, Chicago, those places like that, more influential when it comes to. I mean, look at the music. They were the first ones on scene, starting with New York, and then California, and then Chicago, Midwest, and then the South. But overall, our people are under these deities, these and following in the line of what they did and what they represented. But the overall bloody city and what is full of lies and robbery is America. Nahum 3:1, it says, "Woe to the bloody city," and that's why you got these thugs out there, gangsters out there robbing stores, robbing people, murdering, and and hoodies and all that. That's one of the things too. I think significant in this. The definition of a thug is having hoodies on. Even amongst our people, they have they right here. They say Kalaji dynasty. I don't know what that is. See right here, goddess Kali is a major goddess in Hinduism. And look, that goes back to Kamala Harris. Look her name up. Kamala means it comes from, it's a Hindu word. Her name is from a Hindu word, and she's related to those East Indians. It says associated with time, death, violence, sexuality, female empowerment. See, that's one of her aims too, and motherly love. See, and they put all that in there. Violence and motherly love. How can you be a motherly love and you're violence? Kali is the first, and I don't even know if I think it's Kali, but so what at California, they had a song from Red Hot Chili Peppers, which is a popular kind of rock group. I don't know what they consider themselves as, what genre, but they called it Californication, which is a lot of fornication in California. There's a lot of spirits and, angelic demons in California. But, besides the brothers, of course, it's all love. I mean, brothers, they're representing the good in California, but it's just all going to be destroyed anyway. So we're just here for a time, even if we're in these different states. We're just here for a time until America's destroyed. So we make the best out of it, dealing with these things, these demons, and prophesying in these different states. Kali is the first of the 10 Mahavajas, I don't know, in the Hindu tantric tradition. And you see, she have a head, a head in her, and that's the spirit of this American world and this system, and in our women. Like she got the skeleton skulls of dudes she didn't kill, or whoever she killed. That's the feminine empowerment, where she's have a foot on a man's chest, keeping him down. She have one in her left hand beheaded, and the skeleton skulls all around the neck of men that she didn't killed. Forearms, and they worship this deity, our people. But overall, this is the bloody city, America, and full of robbery and lies. The prey departeth not, which we are to pray. So, like apostles always say, this is a city, America. This, wherever you go in any state, you have to have citizenship. So overall, it's a one big city. It's also known as the city of lights. So, cunning, sly, that's Esau. He's a cunning hunter. And that's what I'm saying. That's what we say. Once Esau go down, everybody goes down. Once America go down, they're going to stand off of far great fear of her burning torment. Because what's going to happen soon after? We're going to come down to rule. So everybody got investment in this place, and putting, even these other nations, people from these other nations are influenced to come to this place to live out freedom and liberty, and because every time America gets into a war, they're the good guys, proclaiming peace, democracy, and taking these leaders from these what do you call it, communist, so to speak, countries down, like they did Saddam Hussein and Obama bin Laden and all that. But there's an evil tactic behind all this stuff also, man. But it says, Esau, a cunning hunter, King James Version. See, they might talk about Jacob, talking about he's a supplanter, he planted me. Well, you're a cunning hunter. Genesis 25 and 27. And what do you do when you hunt? You kill. Or in their case, murder. Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And if you look up, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, which is a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American spread across the world. Core place is America. Well, I'm going to get the field is the world right quick. Come on, man. The field is the world, King James Version. And they coming out with all these apps and all that, and all this news, different kind of news, because they want to distract you from the truth. Matthew 13 and 38, the field is the world, the good seed of the children of the kingdom, but the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked. That's another subject, but the field is the world. So he's out there in the world deceiving, like we said, with an agenda, with thuggery, with bloodshed, where he's the organized gangs. You might, even when they mention Hamas and what do you call it, the Taliban and all those are little uproars and stuff, and to where they deem it like they taking over the whole world and shit, just like Hitler. Like he was just one person, and he had and he's in Germany, and this is come on, man. You have a worldwide domination of Edomites. Yeah, you have a little uproars here and there, and you solve the matter. You go in and you bomb and you take over and show your dominance, and that's what America has been doing. But they make it seem like these people are taking over the whole world. like they're close to just you know, like even when so-called white people talk when they're racist rants, they be like the Negroes taking over, and it's just about a protest. You know what I'm saying? Like Negroes ain't nowhere near taking over the world, but in the spirit of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, and when He redeem us and give us, we are going to take over the world. So maybe that spirit is resonating with that acknowledging that that prophecy, that fact. Um, so I don't want to make this long. You can read into it if you want. Um, breaking pieces and parts and uh, expound more on it. Central India, Bengal, and that's the region of Yahweh Shaphat, Valley of Decision Jehoshaphat means Yahweh Shaphat, which is I got a map, but let's see, I might have moved it, but you can see a map and you can see those regions, those areas, and China is within there, which is of course a whole different land, but still, all those regions are, is heathen regions, and we're scattered among them, and then we're influenced by them. That's why the Most High said, well, I'm gonna gather you and remove you from among the heathen, because they're evil influence to you. So our people don't really even know where thug come from, or even that influence of thug life come from. I mean, Tupac definitely uh, exercised it. Nobody does it like Israel. Even when we doing wicked, or even when we don't know, the origin of the things. When we take things and we just run with it, nobody can run like us. I mean, even in sodomy, you know what I'm saying? Our people are more extreme than these Edomite or other nation sodomites. It's crazy, and so they use that too against us as a nation to like look at y'all ain't no y'all terrible, man. But that's okay. Most High is going to destroy those niggas that into that activity and these nations, and and show you what's really going on. Anyway, I think that's it. It's called Thuggy, but America, like I said, they're the real, um, the top. I mean, these, the Edomites are the real top people that have power to influence, and to go in there and act this stuff out. Like we said, they're the real gangsters, man. What's that? Woe to the bloody sea. They said, "Woe to him that deal the town in blood." Yeah, you can go to that one. They how they got America, and how they came in as like thugs, not pilgrims, not nice guys shaking hands. They came in with thuggery, murder, swindling, deceiving, cunning, the fraudulent. What did it say in the scriptures? His words were smoother than butter. What was in his heart? They were smooth, softer than oil, but were drawn swords. And if you don't believe us, you can ask the Gadites, the Native Americans, about that. How many treaties he broken, and with blood and murder. Ask these celebrities, that tend to come out or want to talk about the truth, that they signed their name in blood, or they talk about the sacrifices. Not hard work, but sacrificing their children, their loved ones in blood. So, you look at the, my Most High, his eyes on a sinful kingdom. We were that kingdom, but now to take these people down, and the ultimate enemy, which is going to be done by Yahweh Yahweh Shai, taking them down. Thus, shall the kingdom come down with violence? Is is the main thing. It's not, and fixing our people, but you can't fix, you know, a lot of our people don't have no hope. They want to be thugs. They didn't accepted it. You know, they didn't. Murder. They didn't murder capital. Like the brother Michael in L.A. Um, which is a young elder. He put up, uh, as, I think as well as Apostle did about St. Louis being a murder capital, and you know, and you see them talking, and they be like, "Well, shit, I ain't got no hope. This is what we become. This is what we are." We try to be decent people, but I don't give a fuck no more. And if anybody roll up, they getting done in. They getting shot up. What about your children? What about risking your time in jail? I don't give a damn. So it ain't no hope for those people. You think you gonna do any good talking the truth to those people that are just like, hey, that's what they want to be. You know, Tupac knew the truth. He didn't want to be. He didn't want to come into the truth. He wanted to try to do. He wanted to try to do things right in his own eyes, which is form the West Coast with the East Coast, and maybe we can, do that. And that's my good that I'm trying to do. Nah, Most High ain't trying to join no niggas with niggas, East Coast and West Coast, and have a death row camp and all that shit, man. That's why all them people on death row, most of them are dead. So you can't come try to build something other than what the Most High said he was going to do, and what he's doing, which is gathering an elect. Not making a thug into a so-called Christian like these Christians be trying to do, or even a thug into an Israelite. No, if you're a thug, that's who you are. Now, if you want to come back to the Most High, then when you do come back to the Most High, you're going to use that as a testimony. Yeah, I used to be thugging out there, or I used to be just doing bad stuff out there, and now I'm a changed man. But you ain't going to still be living that life and talking about, yeah, I know I'm an Israelite, so I'm doing all right. I don't do that much, smoke here now and then. I do, hey, I'm slowing down on that. Nah, man, you need to turn your whole life to the Most High. Anyway, I didn't want to make it this too long. I hope it was edifying. Shalom to the next video.